All right, hello there, everyone. Welcome in. We got this is the part 3. This is the Minnesota dash right now, and we're on the road to 300 subscribers. And Minnesota's on the road in the next 3 hours to challenge Wisconsin for the 205 that Wisconsin has. And without a whole lot more being said, we're going to go ahead and set this up right now. So let's go here. Okay. All right. All right, let's do the formal introduction. Hold on. We don't need any, okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and okay. All right, guys, here we go. Let me get set up here, and we'll get ready to do the formal introduction. Okay, let's do the formal introduction. Hello, guys. Hello there. Siegel Publications, in association with Big 3 Dashing, proudly presents Big 10 Conference Dashing, the playoffs. Tonight, live from Shelbyville, Indiana, the Minnesota Golden Gophers chase the Wisconsin Badgers in a Big 10 battle. All right, there's the introduction. Okay, now we'll turn this on and we'll start driving around to see if we'll get anything, guys. Welcome in. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you, boys. Thank you, Muhammad. All you that have just joined in. Appreciate you all being here. This is Yep. This is part 3 of the 3-way tie that we had between Penn State and Wisconsin and Minnesota. So everybody has gone today except for Minnesota. We have a new leader at the top of the leaderboard. Wisconsin took the lead with 205, and Indiana is now second with 201. And we had Penn State post with 191, and in 4th place at the moment is USC, that posted with 181. So we still have a dash off tomorrow, and that is between Rutgers and Nebraska. So, but right now we're just looking to see. This is a Thursday evening. Hopefully we'll start getting some orders here. It's all orders accepted. So you would think that DoorDash would know by now that it is all orders accepted, even though it is a Thursday night. Let's just see what happens. Thursdays usually a big day. Hello, Hops Digital. Hello, Gwendolyn. Well, welcome here. This is Shelbyville, Indiana. This is where the dash is from tonight. Did my formal introduction just a few minutes ago, and yeah, I was glad that most of you were there to hear the formal introduction. You know, because all I've ever wanted to do ever since I was in high school was be an announcer for sports or whatever it is I wanted to do. Just never got the chance. So, yeah. So, but I appreciate you all being here. This really helps the channel. Appreciate the likes you guys gave me. Helps the channel. You know, from Indiana, boo. Well. Yeah, you heard from Indiana. Well, you don't care for Indiana. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, they were first until Wisconsin just passed them up. So, yeah. So, I mean, there's still a lot up in the air right now. So, we still have 2 to battle tomorrow. So, yeah. I mean, Gwendolyn, I had the Indiana dash last night when they were tied with with USC, and Indiana had a great night last night. So, and that included I still got to post that yet. They had a terrific night with the a catering order in a place that I'm going to be pulling up here to see. So, I mean, if you don't like Indiana, I said, do you like Purdue then? Or, I mean, who is it that you like? I just did like the Big Ten. I mean, the reason why I like Indiana is because I went there. I went there in 1987. I was there to watch them beat Syracuse. I mean, I was actually at the campus when that happened. And it was the most incredible thing that I'd ever seen. And, when your college team, ends up winning the whole thing, I mean, it was something else. I mean, it really was. And, one of the reasons why I'm doing this little tournament is because my YouTube anniversary is tomorrow. Okay, I'll be 1 year. My YouTube channel 1 year is tomorrow, and I was doing this little dash off between all of these colleges, to see who would win. And when we get to the Final Four, which may be decided by tomorrow, I'm going to have a special live stream on Tuesday night, and that special live stream hopefully will include a special guest that I will have. So now in Jordan you have the night. Okay. Well, I appreciate all of you, no matter where you're from. I appreciate you all visiting, because this is the way I feel. Okay. I welcome everyone from all, here, we're going to shut this down a little bit so you guys can probably hear me a little better. I welcome everyone from all walks of life, all different cultures, all different, we all have a purpose. We all have, we can all learn from one another. And that's one of the things that I've always emphasized every time I come by, is I emphasize that, we all can learn from one another. We all can, it's like we're a melting pot. Hello, Crazy Frog. Welcome in. Appreciate it. Hello, Sally. Yeah, we're back. We just started here. So, they're going from 5:30 to 8:30. We haven't had an order yet, but, hopefully we'll get one here soon. I know it seems like, a real slow at this point. And one of the things I do know, and I did mention this earlier on my other live, is the fact that I think there are those that are gearing up for this coming Tuesday. And I think we all put two and two together what this coming Tuesday is. Yeah, it's a day that a lot of people dread. Yay, it's from Russia. Hey, yeah, I mean, everywhere. I mean, they're here from Russia, here from Jordan. Welcome in, guys. We're all like one big melting pot. And I think that's, if everybody would understand that, if everybody understand that we are one, thank you, Sally. If we are one, that we are one melting pot, that we just can learn from one another. We all have a purpose, and it just, that's what, needs to be taught more in school. Is that we're all one big melting pot, that we can learn from one another. And, unfortunately, that's not what's taught. And that's what needs to be taught. And I think if it was more taught in school that way, I think our world would be in a better place than it is. And that's what I believe. Here, I'm just going to try Tornado Garden's little trick here. I'm going to try that trick and, do it for like pause it for 1 minute and then come back and see what happens. So, but yeah, I mean, this is great. Geez, AJ, I need you in my ear all day. Oh, Sally, I'll tell you, but Sally, I have all those live streams that I've done. You can hear me at any time. I'm not erasing them in any way, shape, or form right now until I get to my monetization, whenever that may be. But yeah, so you got all my live streams that I've done ever since day one. You got all those videos. I mean, I've kept them all up there. Okay, wait here a few seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and start driving around and see maybe if we might start getting some orders. When you taught kindergarten, you taught those virtues. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, but see, here's the difference. The things that you learn in school. What's the city? See, the city that I'm dashing in right now is Shelbyville. Okay, that's where I'm dashing from right now. All right. So we sat here for a couple minutes. I already did that little trick. Now let's go drive around and see maybe if we can get the dings now. So, yeah, miss those kiddos. Yeah. Well, the thing is, the way that, Sally, the times that you and I grew up, we learned so much more than the times that they're growing up now. Because now that we're teaching, that we're in the digital era, it's a little more broad. Hello, Worry Wart. Hey, welcome in. Appreciate you being here, guys. Appreciate all the visitors and the likes and everything. I appreciate you telling me that you like the videos. I really appreciate that. I really do. It really, it helps the channel. It helps, it helps me know that I'm trying to do the best that I can, provide the best entertainment I can for you. Because when I'm out here dashing, I just feel like this, what's the purpose of doing something if you can't have fun doing it? And I say that all the time. Yeah, I say that all the time. What is the purpose of doing something if you can't have fun doing it? When you're doing a job like I'm doing right now, it's all about, what you put into it. I mean, if you just come out here with this, well, I'm out here, dashing, I'm out here because, I need to make this amount of money, and you have that kind of, sarcastic outlook of it, customers are going to pick up on that. And when they pick up on that, then they're going to be like, well, I mean, you have that attitude, and customers can sense that. They say, well, gee, I'm sorry I wasted your day, just because I wanted something, But when you go to a customer's house and you say, well, I appreciate your business, you have this smile on your face, regardless of, even if you have to fake it, I say, I appreciate your business, thank you for ordering and all that kind of thing. A customer can sense that too. And yeah, it's anything that you can do to liven it up, it's going to make you feel better. And plus, if a customer sees that you're wanting to do your best, then they're going to make it worth your while. That's one of the reasons why when I dashed in Edinburgh, I had so many frequent customers. It's because I did the stuff that Chuck at Dashing America did too. I learned all my stuff from him, and it's really, a great thing that my anniversary, my 1-year anniversary, is this tomorrow, and Chuck's is Sunday. It's 2 years for him. Hello, Nikito. I know you retracted what you said, but I appreciate you all being here, guys. Okay, wish we kind of had an order right now, but I mean, it is maybe kind of a little early. But usually Thursday night I'm, doing a little better than this, but, I know what's coming up on Tuesday, and, I'm not going to be upset about it. It's like, it happens when it happens. I mean, I had something slow. It was kind of slow like this last night, and then all of a sudden I get that catering order, and, I went basically from $10 from my first order all the way up to $38 because of that catering order. So, yeah. Things can change in an instant, and all it takes is that one order that can put you where you need to be. So let's just enjoy the journey as well as the destination. And I teach that all the time too. Enjoy the journey as much as the destination. And the reason why I say that is because you said hi. Well, tell him hi for me. Tell him that I hope he's getting to feeling better, because I'm sorry to hear what happened to him. I mean, that's bad. And that kind of, I don't like hearing that when something happens like that, especially to a very big part of you. All right, we're just going to go ahead and refresh this again. So I know there's not a, at least not to my knowledge, we don't have a peak pay, do we? I don't think so. Let me look and see. Nope, we don't have a peak pay, so all right. Yeah, I just had to check to see if there was a peak pay. Because sometimes if there is a peak pay, um, then it gets a little bit, then every dasher is out here because they want that extra dollar, $2, or $3. But there isn't that going on right now. So, but it is early yet, and they've got till 8:30. So, they have. That's the good thing about being that is that there is an extra hour for them because they did do the three-way tie. So, but we'll just wait and see, and we just sit here for a couple minutes, see if we get anything, and and then we'll just move on and keep on going. Because usually a lot of the good orders will come at around 6 o'clock. So we still got a little time before we get that. So, but yeah, guys, I mean it's just fun just being out here, making money or not. Hello, Eric. Welcome in. Yep, here on a Thursday night. Yep, and yeah, it's Thursdays are usually pretty good for me, Eric. But tonight it's it's a little bit it's kind of a little bit slow, and I think it's probably going to be slow for all of us the next few days because I think everybody's gearing up for Tuesday. And I know if you know what Tuesday is. Yeah, I know a lot of people dread that day, because, they work so hard, but yet they got to give some of their money up, especially money they work so hard to make. But it's a part of, what we have to do, and, you got to do what you got to do. So, but eventually it gets made up later. So, oh, what do we got? Well, that wasn't anything. Get that off there. Okay. So where's this thing? Everything is. We're not going up there. And I was just over there. So, all right. Maybe I can get another. Yeah. Maybe we can get another catering order tonight. Who knows? Because I know my acceptance rate went up after doing 15 orders today. So yeah, it does suck, but it's a part of life. Yeah, it is. It is. And I mean, it's just like when this month comes, everybody's like, well, I got so much I got to do. I mean, the sad part about it is, oh, now we got something, guys. Well, it's a terrible order, but it is all orders accepted. So, it's going to only be that way until this is done. Then it'll go back to normal. But that's a terrible offer, but it's okay. So, all right, well, while I go ahead and go pick that up real quick, I shall return. All right. Yeah. Took a little longer than I'd hoped, especially for this being as small order as it is, but it's okay. It's just surprising there's not as many people in the drive-thru as there usually is. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and not anymore. They're telling us to take the receipt photos now. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right. Yeah, we're not entering the numbers on the McDonald's orders anymore. Okay. All right. So it's going to the library. Okay, let's go look and let's get a good look at the fountain, because I think the fountain has been turned back on, guys. Okay, what did they just say? Just come to the library and be outside. Okay. All right. Well, I think that explains it. Okay. All right, let's go, guys. Let's go and let's go check this fountain out, okay? Let's go check out the fountain. Let's go ahead and deliver this and see if the fountain, if they actually have it lit up. Because this is where I want to be on Tuesday night. So when I do my actual live stream for my first YouTube year anniversary. So let's go check it out. So the one way that you get to the library, I mean, you can't park on the one side of the street, so I'll have to turn on one little area and then back up and then do around and try to do, it's not like really a U-turn, because you really can't do a U-turn there, but I mean, it's not a very good order, guys, but I mean, at least it is, it is a start for something. And then I'll be in the area, because now it's after 6. Still got, we can't fret yet, because we still got 2.5 hours. So, so let's just go ahead and deliver this and see what happens from there. Because at 6 o'clock, anything can happen, because a lot of people's dinner time is 6 o'clock. I mean, there are those that will have dinner, before 6, and then there will be those that are after dinner. But the majority of dinner time for most people is anywhere between 6 and 7:30. So we're going to get to the heart of the dinner shift here in about the next 10 to 15 minutes. So let's just go ahead and deliver right here. Yep, it is handed, so they said they'll be waiting for me. So probably probably from students. It sounds like it's probably students from either college or high school that will be there picking this order up. Hence the reason for it being as low as it is. At least that's what it sounds like from the message I got from them. But anyway, it's all good. Still in order. Still counts. So let's go ahead and take care of it. All right. But at least I'll be over there, by the fountain, and that'll be a good thing. Just want to make sure I hand it to them that it's color changing just like it was before, because that's going to be my little therapy, be a therapy live stream, and I want it to be the type of live stream to where everybody can just come back to, and vent out their frustrations and just take in the water, let it soothe you and all that. And just, that's what I want it designed to be, because, water is soothing, especially flowing water like that. And when it changes colors and, it's just a pretty sight to see. And, when you're not feeling your best, and you can look at that and it'll change your mood instantly. And, that's what I plan to do when I get the chance to sit there at that fountain and make that video. or live stream or whatever it is I decide to do. That's what my plan is. Okay, well, let's get over here and deliver this first, though. So let's go see who they're standing out there waiting for me, and we'll go from there. Appreciate all of you that are here today. Appreciate the 10 likes. Thank you very much. That helps the channel out. Appreciate it, everyone. Yeah, we're on the road to 300 subscribers here by Tuesday. So let's just see what we can do. Okay, let's go ahead and enjoy the journey as well as the destination. So, sometimes your journey is better than your destination actually you thought it would be. Sometimes it is. So let's just take a look and see. All right. Library's coming up. And hopefully the weather will be decent enough to where, yep, I think I see them standing out there. That's what it looks like they're doing. But I cannot do a U-turn here, so I will, I know they're waiting for me. It looks like they are, you know. And I'll point to them, let them know. I'll just point up 1 minute. I got to turn around just because I can't do a U-turn on a street like this. I can't do it. So it's either that or I park across the street, which I probably could. But that might be a sticky situation too. So, but I see them and, okay. Question is, can I park? 2-hour parking, I see them, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to park right here where it says 2-hour parking, because there's no law against that. Okay, so let me go take these, and I'll be right back. Oh, wow, that's really cool. That was all I needed to hear. That was great. Okay. I mean, I'd like to hear some dings right now, but that is fantastic. I just went over there and I talked to someone who works in the building over there in between the library and the and where the fountain is, and we talked for a couple minutes, which is why I came back a little bit late. But she asked me about my channel and all that stuff and coming here on Tuesday night, and I told her to come and visit the channel, and she said anytime that I come over here to make sure to give the library and the surrounding areas a shout out, and I said I definitely will. And so there could be some good things that come out of this, guys, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just sense something really positive when I talk to this person. So I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty good thing here, guys. When we do this thing on the fountain this Tuesday night, now I'm really looking forward to doing it. I really am. And now if I can just try to see if I can, get my special guest, to see about doing it. And then hopefully, I'll start having more special guests, who does it, who sing. Oh, well, I don't. Yeah. You wouldn't want to hear me sing, Nick, no, I think that's how you say your name. You wouldn't want to hear me sing, I guarantee you that. No. I mean, let me just put it this way to you, okay? You're talking to a guy who failed or flunked. Oh, we got something here. What do we got? Oh, okay, it's just right down the street. Okay, it's not too bad. Only 3 items. All right, we'll take that. All right, let's go to CVS. Here we go.
Then turn right onto Southwest Street. In 300 feet, turn right onto West Broadway Street.
Yeah,
Turn right onto West Broadway
I flunked music class in the 4th grade. That's how bad I am. All right. Yeah, come to singing, forget it. Okay. I mean, if Simon Cowell said that Keith Brucklar, I guess that's how you say his name, was the worst singer in the world, I think if he heard me, he'd say, I take that back. I said, Keith is a million times better than you. You are the worst singer in the world. That's so, yeah. I know that's exactly what would be singing. And, then that's fine because, I'm terrible. Okay? I mean, my voice is not for singing. My voice is for broadcasting. That's what I've always believed. And I just haven't had the chance to see about, utilizing that. But in order for me to utilize it, you have to have a college degree, and I don't have one. So that's what's holding me back as far as that. Show you? No. Sorry, man. I'm not, I say, if I was going to do that, I would rather hear a critic, so I'd rather have, Simon Cowell, I'd rather hear him tell me, I said, oh, that was really extraordinary. See, unfortunately, extraordinary, horrible. I mean, do you really think you can actually sing? That's what he would tell me. So now I'm not going to do that. I really don't. I don't want to embarrass myself. I mean, I've embarrassed myself enough in the 4th grade. I don't want to embarrass myself now right here while I'm trying to do something here. I know it might get some views and stuff, but no, I'm not going to do that. Right now, I have to concentrate on getting this CVS order here. So we'll go ahead and take care of that, and we shall see.
Turn right.
Okay.
At 200 South Harrison Street, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the left. 200 South
All right,
Harrison Street,
here we go, guys.
Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA is on the left.
All right. Let me go ahead and get this, and I shall return. It's only 3 items, so. All right, I shall return shortly. All right. As always, there's something that they were out of. Rarely do you ever go a day when you're shopping and they don't have something you want, so, or something a customer needs. All right. Oh, okay. I know exactly where that is. Yay. I've already imagined that. Oh, hello, Ma. Hello, hello, Tornado. Welcome, guys. Yeah. Had to go in there and do a little small shopping order there. Yeah. It, as always, a lot of times when you go in there, especially, these places like Dollar General and CVS, there was something that they didn't have. So at least the customer did do a substitution, which is a good thing. So at least, they were, they didn't hesitate. They say, hey, we don't have this, is it okay? Can we substitute something? And, they were immediately on it. A lot of customers don't do that, but this is a frequent customer. And so I know exactly where I'm going here because I've been to this guy a lot and I know how to get there without having to turn on the GPS because I know exactly where he is. I've delivered to him constantly. So it's just unfortunate that they didn't have his this particular type of shampoo he was looking for. So, but it happens. But the only bad thing about it is that it hurts your shopping rate because the DoorDash will come back to you and they'll say, well, you didn't find this original item and it's your fault that they didn't have the item. Well, when you ask people and they look in the back and all that stuff, which is probably why I took as long as I did, you ask around and they say, no, we are out of it. So, but the thing is, DoorDash does not believe in items selling out. They don't believe in it. So, that's what that is. So, yeah, sorry I didn't get back to the stream earlier. We're having property inspector. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, whatever it is you got to do, it's just like Roy says, everybody has lives. Everybody's got to do the things they got to do, and that's how it is. And, it's no big deal, We always appreciate you when you do have the time to come in. And, that's how it is, I mean, everybody has things they have to do. And, it's no exception here, I mean, just like with me. I mean, I want to stop in and visit more live streams when I can. If somebody's, something going on here. All right, guys, we got a little issue here. Hang on.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Officer Davis with the Shelbyville Police Department. Sir, the reason I stopped you is for distracted driving, okay? Having your cell phone in your hand like that.
Well, yeah, but I'm doing a DoorDash, sir, and that's why
Okay, I got you. I understand that, but everything's got to be hands-free, okay? If you're using navigation or a phone call, you got to have it mounted or in a cup holder. You can't have it in your hand, okay?
Okay.
You have to have both hands on the wheel. You have a driver's license registration on you?
Yeah, hang on here just a second.
Okay.
All right, here's this.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'll find that here. All right. Yeah, I'll find something to where I can mount that up here if I can find that registration. Hold on. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Okay, this is the one. That's the newest one.
Thank you, sir. Give me just 1 minute, okay?
Yeah. Wow, sorry about that, guys. Whew, jeez. Yeah. So I'm going to go invest in a So anytime I see that, I'm just going to go on ahead and, so I'm going to try to see if I can find something that I can do there. So, all right. Okay. I'm just going to text the customer and let him know. So let him know. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So now it feels like what Chuck went through.
Sir, there's your documents back for you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure you get something that's, I prefer something that's like mounted at eye level. That way, if you're looking at the map or at something
Okay.
that you need to see, you can still at least see the road in your peripheral and you got both hands on the wheel, okay?
All right.
All right, you be safe, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys, let me wait till I get to the neighborhood here. Hopefully I won't be too late because he really didn't take that long. All right. Luckily, the address is right up here, so that helped. Yeah. All right. Hopefully I shouldn't be too late. All right, we'll get back up here. All right, guys. Wow. So we'll go and invest in one of those things. I'll go invest in that tonight. Oh yeah. You're doing your job. You're doing your job. Got your days. But what you can do, your job requires you to use your phone. Exactly. You know. And that was showing him, what it was, where I was doing. He didn't see what I was doing here. He only saw what I was. I only showed him what the DoorDash was. So, yeah, I didn't show him what I was doing here. Yeah, I try not to be that way. But hey, I don't feel so bad because it happened to Chuck. Okay, Chuck, the same thing happened to him. He was doing something similar to this, and they saw the film and all that kind of stuff, and that happened to him. So, but yeah, this is not distracted driving. I mean, I don't care what he said. This is not distracted driving. Okay, let's see. That happened at what? 10 till or something? What? 45, 50 after? Yeah, it hasn't really been that long, so. But I'm really not that late, so. All I got to do is run, drop it off, and be done. Yeah. All right. Yeah, distracted driving. He doesn't realize that, I'm out here all the time, and they've seen me and never said a single word. It's just some, you know, it's not even it's only what it's only the 10th. You know, there's no quota. Come on now. 6:24. Okay. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about what time on the stream. That's what I'm thinking of, is the stream. Okay. That's what I mean, because I'm going to definitely put that up as a, I will definitely, you know, have to mention that on my thumbnail. So, okay, this guy's right down here. So, because I deliver him all the time. And, is it 6? Yeah, okay, that's right. So he's right up here. So, all right, here we go. All right, guys, let me hurry up and get that up there, and I'll be right back. Ain't got time to waste right here. All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set this back. Okay. All right, here we go. Well, I'll tell you what, that is going to make for, you know, if I see that on there, you know, maybe if I put that on there, if I know exactly what time that happened, then I'll have everybody, everybody will definitely tune in and watch that, and I'll definitely get some views, because something like that gets views. Something like that gets views. So it starts on the stream at about 58-minute point. Okay, I'll remember that. So when I redo this, then I'll do it. So I'm just going to take some time, probably before I do my stream tomorrow, and I'll just set it right up here on the mirror. So we'll do that. You just went back and found out. Thank you, Ma. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get something like that, but you know. But I mean, I don't think I was too late, because you know, I mean, I knew where the place was. Didn't use, you know, I mean, I've wasted more time trying to find an address than I did having to worry about that, because I knew exactly where I was going. But yeah, those of you that just showed up, you missed something. So I've got to go and see if I can find something to where I can put it on a mount and get it up there. That's what I need to do. Okay. But yeah, so I do, you know, clock in at 58, and you'll see something, or you'll hear something, or whatever. Because I mean, I didn't even have it listed up there, but you'll hear all the audio and stuff, so everybody will hear the audio. So I mean, that part's, you know, it happens. You call the customer, there's not much more you can do than that. It only took a couple minutes. I wouldn't say you were late. No, like I said, I've spent more time looking for an address, you know, than it was for the time that he took with me. I've spent more time looking for an address, and I wasn't late then, or even if I was, you know, nobody said anything, and I really don't think I was that late. because they get, they go by the time that you get out of the store. That's when your clock actually starts, not at the time you're shopping. So that's how they go by that. Now, had that been another order, had that been like something from down here, that would have been different. So the thing is, I've done this all the time. And up until the day, no one has said a single word. So why all of a sudden today? This isn't a quota day. I mean, come on, guys. Hold on, we have an issue is what I said. Yep. Well, that is what I said. So yeah, when this is done, I'm definitely going to chalk that up and put it down. But like I said, oh, hello, Risa. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Appreciate everyone who joins in tonight. Yeah. Hold on. We have an issue is what I said. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I got Roy on here for right now. Okay.
I've pretty much just been working from home today. That's pretty much what I do now. Work from home.
So yeah, so it'll be this will be interesting. Yeah, I'm sure that if I'm it's like you're out here doing DoorDash, and apparently there's a couple of them that don't like the fact that you're using your phone to try to. I mean, I understand his point. Okay, I do get it, but I drive in a town to where I know exactly what's going on and I'm not distracted. I can just look for a split second to see something and pay attention. But he just didn't understand that, so. But it's okay. So we'll just get a little, I'll go look for a mount and we'll try to see if I can get it fixed up. All right. Man, I can't believe how slow it is tonight. I mean, it's really slow.
That's pretty much how it
Okay,
is.
let me see. Let me look back at this here and let me see if anything was said here. Hold on. Nope, nothing. Nope.
340 today. That's pretty good.
All right.
I could.
So now I know when I do this. Oh, thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. So now I know when I do this, if I see anything to that nature, I'm just going to throw it down. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Just throw it down until I get that mount.
No wonder they order from Walmart Spark. They don't like to go up their own road.
See, there's one I think that if I can find one that maybe I can put on my mirror right here, maybe that might help a little bit. So, but yeah.
Alright, well, here we are. Looks like they got the garage open, so I'm just gonna run it into the front door there. Get it done with.
Yep. So we're just listening here to Roy here until something comes up. So we shall see. Oh well. I've never had anything before, and that's probably what he was looking for, to see if I if I had any record of anything of that nature, and I never have. So, that's probably why he just said, okay, well, just do this and we'll leave you alone. Yeah. So, anyway, we'll look for that here. So, But yeah, I've seen other people, out here doing even worse than that, and distracted driving. Well, there's no distracted driving here. Driving in Shelbyville, let me tell you, you got to keep your eyes open all the time in this place. I guarantee you that. You just got to keep your eyes open all the time, because there's people out here that do worse than me in this town, and they just want to pick out someone who's never had a problem instead of those that have had problems. So, well, let's see. So $11 they add to 161. That's only 173 right now. I mean, let's just say right now. Let's just say right at this point. Let's see. That'd be 172. Okay. So they're only one behind. So like if nothing else happened tonight, the only thing they would be able to do is try to hope to tie someone else to keep going.
Ladies trying to shove bags in my face today. That's been the most annoying part. Somebody above them or something said what they're trying to do is they're trying to come up to the Spark drivers and give them a handful of bags. Why would you think they'd want to do that? Is it because they're worried about the customers having to wait behind the Spark drivers? No, that's not what it is. What it is they're trying to make the Spark drivers fill the bags for them. Like I work there or something.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. Some of these merchants that they're doing. I mean, they're giving you bags, they just want to put all the stuff in a little crate, and then they just throw the bags. Here, have at it. We don't have time to do that for you, So I think I saw you in Indy live stream. I help him mod sometimes. I know Ma also give you stuff. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I've seen you before. I think I've been in a lot of Indy's live streams. And I think if he saw what happened there, I think he'd be really interested to see what happened in that one, especially since he's been in that business for the longest time. So when I end the stream and I put it all over together, yeah, it's going to be,
leave me alone, let me do my job, and
it's like DJ gets pulled over for looking at his screen to find a customer address. Yeah.
None of it's necessary.
Because, he didn't know that I was doing this, that I was, going out here at the,
regularly, or sit there and
was going out to the window so you guys could see what was going on. Only he saw what was, because I had it upside down. What he saw was my DoorDash. So when I explained that to him and he was looking at it, he was like, okay, well, yeah, you're doing DoorDash. Okay, that's fine. But, you can't hold it in your hand while you're looking. Okay. Oh, we got something here, guys. What do we got? Okay, well, it's right here at McDonald's. All right, let's go. We'll take it.
Drive north, then turn left.
All right, so let me go to McDonald's here, guys. Pick it up. I'll be right back.
Standing there already had me refuse the bags that they're trying to give me, so nobody offered me any bags this time, so. Maybe they finally realized that I'm not going to fill their bags for them.
All right. All right. Well, my first order on this stream. There we go. All right. There's that. Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to the to a street that they can't pronounce. All right, guys. Let's see where we got here. Oh, hello, Mama. Okay. Hello there, all you guys here. Deviously, yeah, all y'all. Tornado Chaser, yeah, Tornado sent you here. Hey, guys. All right. Appreciate you all being here. Let me mention my first order on this dash was a McDonald's order. And then there was an order that was sitting there waiting for a dasher to be picked up. I guess it was just put down or something. Well, you know, let me just say this. That order is still sitting there 90 minutes later. And it's 2 bags worth of stuff. So a dasher did not come and pick it up. They either may have unassigned it or what have you. But, yeah. That order is still sitting there 90 minutes later. 90 minutes later, it's still sitting there. Oh, there she is again, doing the laundry. Yep, every time I do a live stream, Ma Dukes is doing laundry. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm certainly going to have to be really careful here for, you know, so that I definitely don't see him again. Yeah. So if I see any inkling of that, you guys, I'll have to put you down. So, just so that you know. Man, oh man, I appreciate all this. We got 21 likes, so all you got, appreciate it, guys. I mean, I really do. It means a lot to me, that you guys are watching and enjoying this with me. Because we had something really interesting happen at the 58-minute mark. Ma Dukes can, those of you that come in, she can fill you in on all that while I go and deliver this stuff. So, yeah. So when I put it out, I mean, I can't really put it out as a short, but I mean, I can, just mention on there, I can cut it out and make a full video of it, because if it was over 5 minutes, well, you certainly can't make 5 minutes a short, that's for certain. So, yeah. Goodness, it's terrible. The person waiting for it must be so aggravated. Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it said on there that the order was placed on the, over there in that area, was placed at 5:22 p.m. Eastern time, and here it is, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Yeah. 7 o'clock. Yeah. It's still sitting there, and it's 2 bags worth of stuff. 2 bags, same numbering, and I even though it's not really my responsibility, I went ahead and told DoorDash when I was waiting for this order. I said, I'm still waiting on the order. It might be a couple minutes, because they told me it'd be a couple minutes. I said, I wrote to him, and I told him, I wrote down the number, and I told them, the number. I said, this order is still sitting here 90 minutes later, just in case anybody cares. Yeah, in case anybody cares. So, there you go. In case anybody cares. Okay, so, we'll just be looking around here, because this is the area where it was seen. So, I'm just going to have my eyes all around, even in the back of my head. I'm going to have to. Yeah. If I could just find something that I might be able to wedge it up against it, I might be able to do that. But we'll look for that. But well, thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody, like I said, we still got tomorrow. Still got a tiebreaker that we got to do tomorrow. So still got to do that. So, okay. And then hopefully we'll have our Final Four tomorrow. Hopefully we'll know what, we'll know who it all is, and we'll get all set up for Tuesday night. And just for those that just came in that you don't know, we at Tuesday night, the color changing fountain is back. So I went in there, confirmed it. I talked to a lady who works in one of those buildings that's kind of in charge of it. So yeah, all they want to do, if I'm going to sit there and do live streams there, to please give them a shout out. It might give them some publicity and might get them some more customers. I said I'll be more than happy to do that for you. So this Tuesday night, hopefully the weather will cooperate, and if I can see ahead of time that it will cooperate, then we'll go ahead and we'll do that. So, all right. So I'm going to go on here. I'm not even going to give the GPS the pleasure of even mentioning the street that it won't know. Here, we'll leave you guys down for a second. All right. So, ask Tornado about a temporary mount. He has a clever mind. He made phone mounts. Maybe he has an idea. Yeah, okay. Well, he was on when it happened, wasn't he? I think he was. I think he was on at the time. So he saw for himself. Okay. Yeah, I believe he was on at the time. So he might be mentioning it on other streams. I don't know. And if he is, that's fine. Let him mention it. Yeah. In a sense, it's kind of funny. I mean, I'm looking at it's kind of funny. I mean, somebody is so worried about, someone having a phone in their hand while they're driving, and the fact is that it's only because I'm doing something to help me grow. And even if I had in my hand the one that talks about doing a DoorDash order, because that's what he saw was the DoorDash order. Yeah, I use a regular suction cup, wedge the phone between it, and dash. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's probably what I'll have to do. Okay, yeah, I'll try to find something. I'll go to the store, find something real cheap, and I'll put it on there. So, yeah, the only thing that I don't like about that, though, is the fact that the sun can get on it. Okay, so it's right over here. I've had this person before, and it's right over there. So, all right. All right. Well, let me go deliver this. I'll be right back. $16 right now. That's $177. So if nothing else happened in the next hour and a half, well, that goes out the window. Dollar General. Okay, so that's all right. Okay, that's all right. we'll go take, okay, so, I mean, it's not really
Drive
great.
east on Colescott Street, State Route 44. Then, in 800 feet, turn left onto South Harrison Street.
So, which one is it? It's that one, okay? Well, I'm not going to do that. So, we're going to go down here and we're going to turn right so that I can go there because I just got to wait for all this traffic to get through here. All right. So, yeah, just got to wait for the traffic. Okay. Very busy street. Yep, very busy street. Okay, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that. I'll find some kind of little cup and I'll do that because, you know, it does cost a little bit to, you know, to get something for a mount. But yeah, I will, I'll definitely figure something out. Yeah, I'll figure something out. Oh, hello, Andrew. Welcome in. I'm about to go to Dollar General and pick up a Dollar General order to take to a customer. So yeah, appreciate it. We're going to Vegas. Here, going to Vegas. Yeah. Never been to Vegas before, but yeah, you can get a suction cup at Dollar General. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll figure something out, and I will figure something out. So what I'll probably do is I just don't like the fact of the idea that if it's the sun, okay, they're gonna let me. Okay, you guys, well, we both had stop signs there, so you love Vegas. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's go down here and we'll turn to go to Dollar General. Go pick this up. Okay. Okay, you're going to do a short for me right now. Oh, what, are you going to cut that part out? I mean, the thing is, I didn't have it, you know, I didn't broadcast anything. All you're going to hear is audio. Yeah. Because I didn't want to give him, you mean the $1.50 General? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You guys were first. So, yeah. All right. See, that's the one thing that he didn't understand. The fact is, you know, I do pay attention to the rules. I do pay attention to those who drive here. You know, and, you know, it's not a distraction. You know, maybe a distraction to them, but it's not a distraction to me because, you know, I've been here ever since October. And I see just exactly how they drive here. And, you know, it's not a distraction. Yeah, nothing's $1 there anymore. No, nothing's $1 anymore any place. Not even at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, yeah, it's, you know, they need to change it to a $1.50 tree or $2 tree or something like that. Yeah, it's not. You should have hit the clip button. We could do a cartoon of the interaction. Well, I mean, I think I still can if I go on the, you know, if I go in a computer and do it that way. But, you know, I said anybody really could do that. I mean, all you got to do is just go to the 58 mark and, you know, and test it out. And, yeah, I mean, you know, if anybody wants to do that and, you know, put it on their own thing just for a little, you know, for a little giggles and stuff, hey, that's fine. Do it. You know, I just think it's kind of funny. I really do. You know, I mean, there's more important things to, you know, there's more important things, you know, to pull people over for than that. I mean, if you can clearly see that someone's paying attention to the road, even though they got something in their hand, I mean, come on now. You know, there's people who run red lights here. There's people who run stop signs. I mean, I've got all kinds of things. I mean, if I could take 10 minutes and go through all the clips and see some of the things that people would do here, he'd issue all kinds of tickets. All kinds of tickets. Yeah. And you're worried about me being distracted by my phone? Really? Really? Yeah. Now, if it was the end of the month, I could understand that, okay? I mean, I could understand, you know, you got a quota to hit and all that. Okay, I get that. Okay. But not on the 10th. Now, come on now. There's no such thing as a quota on the 10th. Okay? I mean, what The 10th. What's so important about the 10th? Really? It's the day before my anniversary. Yeah. All right, guys, we're over here at Dollar General right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick shop. It's only like 3 items, I think it said. All right, let me go ahead and do this real quick, and I will be right back. Oh, very easy shopping order. All I wanted was 4 bags of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. All right. That's all I wanted. Pretty easy. Okay. Hello, Mary. Yeah, Mary has something interesting happen on my live stream at the time of 58 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to as soon as the stream is over, I'm going to change the title, and you guys will all have to tune in to 58 to see what happens. It's audio only, so yeah, that's you'll only be able to hear the audio of it. So, but yeah, Oh, and Mary, while you're on here, on my last stream, okay, and Ma was on here at the same time. The guy's name was Irwin, right, Ma? Irwin? Yeah. And he was talking bad about cats. Okay, I wish you were on here when he was mentioning that, because I know that if he was talking bad about cats, he'd be insulting Howard and PJ. I know you would have given him a piece of your mind. And I know you would have. See which way am I going?
East on East Hendricks Street. Then, in 700 feet, turn right onto East Broadway Street.
Now we're going to...
Drive west on East Hendricks Street. Then, in 800 feet, turn right onto South Noble Street.
Yep. So yeah, I knew I was going to go that way. I didn't know that I was going to be going that other direction, but yeah. But yeah, Mary, he was talking bad about cats. He was saying some particular name and everything about them and stuff, and and I was telling him, I said, well, if you don't like cats, that's okay. You can say it, but you don't need to say bad things about them. But I know that you, Mary, if you would have heard what he said, it would have made you pretty livid. Let's just put it that way. Because it wasn't so much what he said, it was how he said it.
Street, State Route 44.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Continue on State Route 44 for a half mile.
Okay, so we're going over there. All right. But yeah. Yeah, you would have not been happy with what he said. Like I said, it wasn't really so much what he said, it was how he said it. And it made me feel uncomfortable. I know it made you feel uncomfortable, and but yeah, Dollar Tree, we've just shopped at Dollar Tree, and I said, DJ, that guy was a troll looking for a fight. He's probably just a lonely guy. My gut told me he was young. He probably was. Yeah, he probably was.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Amos Road.
But still, he didn't have to say that about cats, though. He just didn't. He didn't have to say anything like that. I mean, that just, if he didn't like cats, that's fine. Let him, keep it to himself. But don't, insult those who have cats. Yeah. All right. Well, you're not there now. Okay. Well, let's see. You might be hiding over here. So just for safekeeping, I'm just gonna do this down here, just in case he's lurking around here again. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that. We won't give him the pleasure of doing a double jeopardy type of thing. So yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. Okay. It's probably him that was up here earlier on the live stream earlier. In the earlier live stream, probably sitting in this lot up here. Yeah. But yeah, that. But I mean, like I said, anyone's willing to talk about anything on here, just as long as they keep it family friendly and they don't insult anyone. I mean, that's, I was lucky that I kept him on like I did. I mean, I didn't want to just go ahead and just, give him the boot just like that. I mean, if he has an opinion, I can understand that. But, I mean, he kind of sort of, lightened up a little bit after you and I mentioned a couple of things that we mentioned. So. Speaking of which, when you're talking about Howard, I just passed Howard Street, so. But anyway. Okay. He purposely said it to shock people aggressively to him so he can have a little go back. He doesn't care what he says. He just wanted to offend people. Yeah, well, there's those out there that like to do that. And it's unfortunate that, in order to get attention, you got to do something stupid or offend people just to get attention. You don't need to do that. You can do positive things too. I can find all kinds of things that you can do that's positive that you don't have to do that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going up past this. I hardly ever go past this road up here. Hardly ever.
Quarter mile, turn right onto Hampton Boulevard.
Yeah, I hardly ever get up here. Right. Okay, nobody going that way? Okay, good. All right.
Turn right onto Hampton Boulevard.
All right, here we go, guys. All right.
In a quarter mile, 2218 West Hampton Boulevard, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the left.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been on this street before. Yeah, never have. Never ever been on this street before. Yep. Never been on this street before. So I have to do the curve in there, I guess. Okay. Appreciate all of you that are on here. We've had a pretty interesting stream here so far today. I mean, not a whole lot of money, but, you know, but nonetheless, you know, pretty interesting. Okay, so we're looking for
2218 West Hampton Boulevard, Shelbyville, Indiana.
Right there in the end.
46176.
Okay.
USA is on the
Customer
left.
requested you leave the order at their door.
All right here.
They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
All right. We'll take this up there. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. You know, in 2 hours, guys. Rarely does this ever happen, but in 2 hours, we got less than $20, $19.57. That's kind of unheard of. Yeah. Well, we got until 8:30, so. But you can do that. But there's always that one order that can change the complexity of the whole night. And I had that happen last night. So could it happen again tonight? Maybe. We shall see. We shall see. So right now, 61, and you were to do 19, that would be 100. And so, I mean, if you round it up, because, you know, we had some other things, so that would be 181. So right now, if they weren't to get any more orders, okay, they would be tied with USC at 181. So a lot can happen here, guys. I mean, you know, there's a lot of time left here. There's still, you know, about an hour to go. So, but it is kind of unusual to not have any more than this. All right, do this real quick. All right, here we go. Okay, we'll go back this way now. See if we can get something else. Okay. All right, let's drive down here and go to our little cluster and see if we might be able to get something else here. It's surprising that I've only had that I haven't had any pizza orders tonight. Usually I get at least 1 or 2 pizza orders in the evening time. I haven't had one tonight. I mean, I had a Papa John's earlier today. That was a pretty good order. That was $12. I mean, it went to Fairland, but it was all right. It was a, and the thing is, you know, it was a woman had ordered it. It was under a woman's name, and I go to the door, and there's this guy that comes to the door, and he says, "Yeah," and I said, "I have a DoorDash order for you here," and he goes, and I said, "Well, I don't remember ordering anything. I said, well, is this your address? And, it's addressed under, under this person's name. And he's like, well, I guess my wife ordered something for us and didn't tell me. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, it just showed a little bit of non-communication there. Maybe it was a surprise. Who knows? Maybe it was a anniversary surprise or something like that, and it just didn't want to say, hey, this is our little surprise for for today. I didn't want to tell you because I wanted to surprise you. So, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes, it's good to do surprises in relationships. It spices things up. Yeah. And it does. But yeah, it's just surprising that, started at 5:30 and that's all we got. I mean, that's weird. It really is. Okay. I'm not going to give him the pleasure if he's around here, so we'll just go ahead and we'll just do this until I get over to the Kroger area. So let's not do ourselves a little double jeopardy. All right. Okay, so there we go, guys. All right. So, Mary, I guess you're out there delivering too. I saw you deliver. I was waiting for a McDonald's order. I saw, I flipped through there, and I was just looking to see around because I wanted to see something on there, and I saw you on there. But since I was going on, I didn't want to say anything. So, all right, let's go to our cluster here and see what we might be able to get at our cluster, if there's anything. Yeah, it's oh, we got something here. And well, getting orders, but and it's all orders accepted, but yeah. Well, I'd rather have $2 than have zero with the kind of night it's been. So I guess that's the way it's got to be, guys. All right, well, I mean, hey, it's, it is money, and we still got some time left, so, maybe this small order will lead to a bigger order later on. It happened last night, so maybe it'll still happen tonight. Who knows? But this is the last stream before my anniversary, which is tomorrow. So,
Turn left.
all right.
Drive north. Then, in 500 feet, turn left onto State Road 44.
Wouldn't it be something that's $2 here? If it's that order that's been sitting there all day, if they're going to make me deliver that. But I'm going to tell you this. If it is that order, I will not deliver it because, I would have a legitimate reason. I am not going to deliver something that's been sitting for over an hour. So, maybe what I said to DoorDash got their attention and they still want it delivered, but no, I can unassign it. So, all right, let me go and pick this up. I'll be right back. Nope, it's a contactless delivery. All right, guys. Well, that one was a unassigned because it was $2, and they're so short-handed in there. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate it. Yeah, they're so short-handed in there. They've been short-handed all day. I mean, my first order was here. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, that'll make up for it. All right, it's just right over here.
Drive south.
But yeah,
Onto East Michigan Road.
yeah, I mean, they're so short-handed in there. I asked the lady about that. When I go in there, I said, I do not see this order in the queue. And, it was only $2. And then, they looked on the screen to see if we could find it out. And she's like, well, I said, if it is up here, it's going to be a few minutes before we get it because there's some folks in here that were here before you. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, that's fine. It's only $2. All I got to do is wait for the worry-free unassigned, and I can unassign it and let some other dasher have $2 for that order and waste their time. Yeah.
USA will be on the left.
So,
East Michigan Road. Shall be billing the NF
it's all orders accepted.
USA is on the left.
But it's, but I mean, if you have a legitimate reason, what you do there, and not wasting time, and it's only $2, we're not playing that game. So, yeah, we're not doing that. So, that is a legitimate reason to unassign. It is not worth $2 to sit there and wait, over 10 to 15 minutes. It's just not. All right, so I got this order at El Mason right here, so I'm going to go pick it up and we'll deliver that one. I guess we're going to call this the delay stream, I guess. There's been more delays tonight than I've had in quite some time. And I don't know why, but glass. Oh, okay. I've never been down there. Okay. Hey, hello there, Ray. Welcome in. Okay. Appreciate it. Now I'm going over towards my to my place of work here. Well, not mine. It's the other plant. So, yeah. So we're gonna go do that. Yeah, there's been more delays tonight than I think I've had in a long way than I've had in quite some time. Okay, just for a couple minutes, guys, I'm going to put you down here. So I've got to do it. So as soon as I get into a good spot to where I don't have to worry about it, then I'll put you back up. So, and there's a particular reason as to why I've got to do that. So, after what happened earlier at 58 minutes into the stream. So, I've never, ever been to this, to this plant. Ever. Okay. He's got to get out of the way there. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, I know. It's just this is going to be considered the delay stream. The delay stream. That's what it's going to be called. Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but that's just what it's been tonight. I've had more delays. What happened earlier? If you rewind back to 58, see when I put you down, when I said I'm going to put you down for a minute, if you can put that together, you'll see what happened. But it happened at the 58-minute mark. And Ma Dukes and Tornado Garden were both present at the time that it happened. So, and it was for really no real reason. That it was kind of stupid. It was kind of funny in a sense, but it was kind of stupid. So, and it's just I mean, you can think of other things to worry about instead of that. So let's just put it that way. We'll just put it that way. But if you see at the 58-minute mark, and I will definitely, when I reword this at the end of it, then I will definitely, then I'm sure that I will get a lot of views on it with the wording that I'm going to use. I'm sure I'll get a whole bunch of views on it because people like that type of action. And also, I'll give you another clue. Indie gig life. Okay, the gig worker. Yeah, that's a clue right there. If that tells you anything, that'll give you an idea what happened. I mean, real stupid. I mean, absolutely no reason. Because there's other things that cause distractions besides that. And I'm sorry, but yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure that's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, the thing is, Ray, I was just driving down there and I had this on there. I was also looking at the map to see what was going on. Okay. And so he just decided, hey, he tells me to go into a lot and pulls me over and said, hey, you're doing some distracted driving and all that kind of stuff. And I said, because you have your phone in your hand. I said, well, I mean, I had this phone down and I had the DoorDash phone that I had in my hand. He said, well, I'm using this. And he said, I'm doing a DoorDash. He goes, well, I understand that. But I mean, regardless of what it is you're doing, you can't have your phone in your hand. You got to have it on one of those mounts. So, I mean, he checked everything out on me to see if I had a record and all that kind of stuff, which I didn't because I've never had any trouble with them at any point. So, but yeah. But that's what, so that gives you the gist of it. Yeah. Split second, it all worked out that you get a mount. He's trying to keep the road safe. Well, yeah, but the one thing is, like I said, Ma, the one thing is, I have all kinds, in all of my live streams, I have all kinds of things, all kinds of things where I've seen drivers running lights, running stop signs, all that stuff that I could give him that he could issue all kinds of tickets for. Yeah. And that's what, I understand, like I said, I see his point, but yet at the same time, I'm doing what I need to do. But anyway, that's all said and done. No, he didn't. No. It's because I've never had a problem. No, I've never had a problem. And I think he just looked at it, noticed that I never had a problem, and said that, just make sure you get a mount and all that, which I will. And I'm going to definitely be looking into it. But no, that was, I just thought, maybe it's going to take some action to try to get, to get my 300. And I guess maybe that's what it's going to take. Maybe that was meant, to help get me there. It's possible. So, okay, so now I've got to go down here. So they said it's over by the flags. Because like I said, I've only been down here once. But it was to go to the other direction, not where I'm going to be going. Never been down here before, so. Oh, no, that's not it yet. Okay, you can go ahead and go through. Yeah, it's going to be a real problem. Okay. Argue the butts with someone who wasn't as lucky with the driver distracted at our phone. And I'm sure he pulls over speeders and stop sign butters the moment he saw you. Yeah, but like I said, I know that, you clearly seen that was, it was fully green. And at the same time, I just, I all I know is that, I have all kinds of stuff on film of people that have done way worse than what I did. And I have it all on film. People running stop lights and stop signs. So, but yeah, I'm sure you'll get it's over here. Okay, so now I've got to find the flags. Where are the flags? That's what I need to find out. I guess it's over. Okay, the flags are over there. I guess that's where it is. Okay. Well, and I guess I need to go over there. All right. This is where the flagpoles are. Guess this is what they're referring to. Just want to make sure that I'm not going in the wrong direction. Okay. Like I said, I've never been down. I've never done this area before, so yeah. Oh, I guess the break room is over there. So okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, it's over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around. I guess that is the area where the break room is. All right. So we'll just go back the other direction then. All right. So yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. The break room area where the flagpoles are. Okay. So I've never done this before, guys. All right. Let me. I will be right back. I'm going to find out from these guys. first time I've ever seen the inside of that plant. Yeah, mark that as delivered. Okay. All right. Okay, so okay, Dollar General. Now, which one is it that I've got to go to? I'm pretty sure I bet it's in Fairland. I'll bet it is. Let's see. Hang on.
Drive
Yep,
south.
it is.
Then turn
Yep, it's over in Fairland. Well, I can't go a night without going to Fairland, I guess, guys. So that's all right. Yeah, that's okay. All right. They usually spark conversations. Yep. All right, well, let's go over there. Yeah, we'll go to Fairland then. Let's go do it. Okay. Well, that will definitely, I mean, the $11 is good. I just don't like driving all the way up there, especially around the last minute. So, yeah. Okay, well, while there's all this road stuff over here, I'm going to go ahead and put you in the cup holder for right now until I get all this. Because I'm sure they're around here in this little area, so until I get on the highway. So, yeah, okay. But yeah, I certainly could definitely use that. Could definitely use, you know, that $11. I just don't like driving all the way up there. All right. Okay, I think we're good. All right. All right. Okay. They're not doing any work out here right now. I don't see anybody, but still. All right. Go up here to Fairland and go get this at Dollar General. So. It's the one thing, though, about Fairland. I don't like to be in Fairland at night because I'm not really familiar with Fairland as much as I am with with Shelbyville. And, just hopefully it doesn't get too much darker to where I can at least see the address. So, because there's some places in Fairland that is so dark, that you really can't, it's going to be hard to find an address. So hopefully I can hurry up and get shopped in here and take care of what I need to take care of so that we can get it done. All right. Yeah, this stream's been pretty interesting to say the least. I think I know exactly how I want to word it, how I want to change the wording of this live stream. I think it just might get some attention. It just might. All right. Let them get past me. Okay. On to Fairland we go. All right, Ray. So we'll see what happens after this, because probably after I get it one, that will end Minnesota's dash. So we'll see where they stand after we drop this off. So tomorrow we've got Rutgers and Nebraska to finish their dash off. And then hopefully when we see where they end up, then we will have our final four. But they only go 2 hours, each of them. So that will lessen the time. All right. So we'll go up here and check it out. The only thing about going up here to Fairland is the one thing that I don't like is the fact that sometimes the connection goes bad, especially in this one little area that I drive in up here. So. All right, here's the exit we need. Usually the traffic's not so bad around 8 o'clock to where it's easy to go ahead and turn. I wonder why they had me go all the way up here now when I had basically all day to do it. All right, and we got a few cars coming over here to the right, so, or to the left. So, all right, we're good over there. We're good over here. Okay. All right. Well, while it's still light out, you can you'll still be able to see some of the water that's over here. I'll slow down. See, if you go right there, you'll see some of the water that they're still under in this little boat place. Yeah. So yeah, it's still there's still some water here in this town. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is when Shelbyville and Fairland were basically underwater for a couple of days. So just show that to you guys right there. And then this little bridge that's up here, when I was up here to deliver on Monday, this little bridge right up here still had a little water, and they had a sign up here that said high water, you know, be careful, you know, caution high water. And see, I have that on the stream. That's on Monday's stream. It was right up here, right around this bridge, that the water from this little river up here was so high that it covered all this. All right. Yeah, there was a lot of water up here, and also in this land that I'm about to pass. You know, it was all water right here, all covered in water. It's now receded, but it was all water right there. Nothing but water. That's how it was when I came here Monday. I did not dash here Sunday, you know, because I thought I could, you know. Sunday just wasn't a good day to dash here because of all that water. That's why I went to Franklin. So, well, I'm surprised so far that there doesn't seem to be a connection issue. Because usually right around here, that's when you have the connection issue. And so far, so good. So far, it's all right. I'm amazed. Hello, Anna. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Welcome in. Welcome all of those that are coming, all, you know, the new ones, as well as the veterans, you know, ones them all the time. Appreciate it. Appreciate, you know, you visiting. Appreciate all of the, you know, appreciate those that like and subscribe, as I'm going for 300 subscribers by Tuesday. And you know, this is just a little finishing up of the tournament that we're doing here. I'm about to go to this Dollar General right here for a quick shop and deliver order. And hopefully I can get this delivered before it gets too much dark, so that I can, you know, find the address without it getting too much darker. So, okay, so let me go ahead and park over here. And, all right, guys. All right, I'm going to go shop here real quick. I don't think it's too many items. And I shall return. All right. three things that Mountain Dew here, guys. That's all we wanted. Okay. Not hard at all. Let's go ahead and take a picture of this receipt real quick. All right. We'll stick this into one of these things here so that he knows that the receipt is in there. All right. All right, I'll get the cart back and I'll be right back. All right. Get saddled up here and we'll find out where we're going. Okay. Leave at the front door. Okay, so shouldn't be that far down the road here. It doesn't look like it is because going back the other direction, yeah, it's heading back towards town, which is a good thing. At least it's not all the way out here in the boonies. That's what I like about that. So, okay. I see that road. I know exactly where we're going. All right. Hopefully it'll tell me to turn right
Drive
here.
north, then turn right onto West Carey Street.
Okay. Yeah, it's only 5 minutes away. All right. All right, guys, here we go. I don't know, where am I from? Oh, this is Indiana. Indiana. That's where I'm from. Yeah. Okay.
Half mile.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know it was going that direction. Okay. Shop, shop. Yep.
In a quarter mile, make
Well,
a
if
sharp
I'm-
left onto Franklin Street.
Okay. Doing it here. That's the one, Fairland. I will have issues with that.
Make a sharp left to Franklin Street.
All right. Yeah, 'cause I can't go that way. All right.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto East Main Street.
Okay, so exactly where are we going to go down here? Hopefully it'll still be light enough to where I can still see the address. That was the only thing that I was hoping for. Okay, this will definitely be their last delivery. So we'll see what they post afterward.
Turn right onto East Main Street.
All right.
Continue for 1.5 miles.
They seem to be going to this little area over here in Fairland all the time. There's one little cluster of houses over here. That's what it seems like. But I didn't know that was the name of that road right down here. All right. Yeah, guys, welcome to Fairland. It's a suburb of Shelbyville. It is part of the Shelbyville district, so we do deliver here. So, because if you look on the map, you know, it shows on the top that Fairland is part of this. So, and let's see, I haven't been down this way for a while. I'll show you some more of the water that's down here. You look over there, you can still see some water from all of that. I mean, it was even more than that last week. That's how bad it was here. And that's why I did not deliver here on Sunday. Did not deliver here for that reason. Okay, so I still got a half a mile to go. But it just seems like I get a lot of deliveries over here by this little housing addition that's down here. See, there's a lot of water right there in somebody's yard. That's how bad it was, guys. That's exactly how bad it was here. And see, that's one thing, you know, it's, when you're doing a stream and when you're looking on someone else, if I have something that's straight wedged on, I can't pick it up and show you all the different sides. So I kind of have to do it this way. All right.
Turn left onto Clover Bush Road. Then, in 500 feet, 5685 North
Now, I
Frontage
can't turn
Road,
there. That's
Fairland,
not what
Indiana
that is.
46126. USA will be on the left.
Okay, so it's right here is where I turn. Okay. Oh, so that is the name of the street now. Okay. All right. So it just turns, that just turns into a different, okay, I get it now.
5685 North Frontage Road, Fairland, Indiana 46126. USA is
The
on the
customer
left.
requested you leave the order at their door.
Yeah, right here.
They added the following instructions.
All right.
Leave at my door. Please no knock. Thank you.
Well, I don't knock unless I'm told to. So, all right. Well, let me go and give him his Mountain Dew and be right back. All right. Okay. All right, we'll do a tally up here. Yep. Yeah, it's all there, sir. You got it. It's all there. Okay. All right. What did we get here? Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna pull up here so I can get out of his yard, and then we're gonna tally it up and see where we're going. You have got to be kidding me. That's exactly what Wisconsin had. 44. We have another tie in the leaderboard, guys. So it looks as though that it's going to be a little battle of the rodents in the final four. 205 to 205. You cannot make this stuff up, guys. You really can't. Wisconsin had 44 to make that 205. Now Minnesota gets 44, even in a crazy live stream. You can't make this stuff up. So, I think it's safe to say, I mean, we still got to see what Rutgers and Nebraska do tomorrow, but it's pretty safe to say, with another tie, that it's pretty safe to say that both Wisconsin and Minnesota are pretty much locked into the Final Four. And here in my thumbnail, I had old Goldie saying, while we chase, the Badgers, and Bucky, the Badger, he's saying, you will lose, Goldie. Well, I don't think so. I think you guys have tied. We got a battle of the rodents here, guys. There will be a battle of the rodents in the Final Four. Because regardless of what happens tomorrow, they still have to break the tiebreaker. And when it comes to seed, or should those two still be in there, which I'm pretty sure they will, barring any miracle that happens tomorrow, Minnesota would get the top seed, would get the seed before Wisconsin would, because Minnesota had more views on their videos than Wisconsin. So that would be the reason for that. So when we come to seeding, I can't turn unless you turn. So I don't know what you're waiting on. Unless you like the idea of being on camera, which is fine. I mean, yeah. I mean, this live stream is going to be watched by a bunch of people because of what happened at the 58-minute mark. So if anyone wants some, free airtime, to get themselves watched on my live stream by those, in the future, have it. You just cannot make this stuff up, guys. I mean, for some reason, this contest has been nothing but a bunch of ties, and we've got, now we have a tie in the leaderboard again. So here's where it stands right now. You've got Minnesota and Wisconsin tied at 205, and you got Indiana third at 201. We still got then fourth place is Penn State at 191. So put it up as a poll. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to do when we get to the Final Four. Is like, you know, we have to see what happens tomorrow, though, with Nebraska and Rutgers. We got to see what happens with them. Okay, we got to see what happens with them, because that right there will determine. They only get 2 hours too, so whatever happens with them, and they're at 173, so they would need 22 to tie the leaders. And with it being 2 hours, who knows what happens? And Fridays are not the greatest days. So they may not have, they may not have a very good advantage tomorrow. Fridays are not as good as Thursdays are. So you got to keep that in mind too. But yeah, so it's pretty safe to say. So for those of you that might be Minnesota fans or Wisconsin fans, and it includes Vikings and Packers fans, includes them too. Okay, you know, or Twins fans or Brewers fans, whatever. You know, it's open to all of them, not just the college. Okay, anyone who are fans of any of those. You know, of any of those cities, you know, they're welcome to watch this whole thing unfold. But it's pretty safe to say that those two have secured a position in the Final Four. But like I said, we got to see what happens tomorrow with Nebraska and Rutgers. We got to see what happens with them. But as I said before, it is, you know, it's highly unlikely that they're going to, you know, have the greatest of days, because Fridays are not usually that great a day. Because the last Fridays that I have worked, they have not been good. And it doesn't matter where I was, whether I was here in Shelbyville or whether I was in Franklin. Because when I went to, because the last time I worked on Friday and I went to Greenfield, wasn't that great a day. Only like $26 in like 3 hours. So that just goes to tell you, it doesn't matter where you are, you know, Fridays have not been the greatest days. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. But yeah. And the thing is also, we had and this included something that never happens, you know, a worry-free unassigned that had to be unassigned because, first of all, I did not see it in the queue up there, you know, in McDonald's. And they were so short-handed and behind that there is no way that I'm going to wait 20 minutes for a $2 order. It's not going to happen, especially if it's a contactless delivery order, because you know very well contactless delivery order, if there's no tip on it in the beginning, there's not going to be a tip on it afterward. So I just know how that is. I mean, even though it was a mile away, it still was not worth me sitting there and waiting for it. It just wasn't. It wasn't worth it. And that unassigned was a legitimate reason. But what a finish. What a finish to an absolute crazy stream starting at 58 minutes. I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot of money made in that 3-hour time period. I mean, if you were to look at $44 and you divide that by 3 hours, especially on a Thursday night, I mean, you're looking at, you know, a little over $14 an hour. I mean, that's basically what I average for most times, but that was kind of a dollar less average. But even so, I'm just going to continue all the way down here. You know, I'm not going to get off here. I'm just going to continue until I get down to Walmart, because all I'm going to do is just get and we'll just do it that way. But yeah, guys, I mean, it was pretty interesting stream, to say the least. And I am definitely going to go to Walmart, and I'm going to look to see about finding either something with a suction in it, or, you know, find something that I can maybe put, you know, to where maybe I might be able to put a holder up here on the, you know, on the mirror or something, to where, you know, we can make it a little bit better, so we don't have that type of thing again. The only problem with that is that, you know, if I need to show you something on the side, I won't be able to do that. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I like to be able to have it in my hand, so that I can, you know, if I see something like all that water that I showed you all, you know. But it was just a very crazy stream, to say the least, and it was. And, you know, I mean, I just felt like there were some other pressing issues that could be going on, instead of worrying about someone who has a phone in their hand that's paying attention and looking straight forward, and even looking at them while they're watching through there. I don't know. Everybody does things different. Some of them could care less, but some of them, you know, they say, well, I just want to see if he has a criminal record, which I don't have, so. But like I said, I've got on film all kinds of things that people in Shelbyville have done that are way worse than what I was doing. And I've got all that on film, and I know that if I was to say, you know, hey, I have all this on film of what I've been doing and what these other folks have done, you know, he would be issuing all kinds of tickets. All kinds. Because it seems like on every live stream that I've done in Shelbyville, somebody's done something. But we're all past that now, and we're just going to look to improve and see what we can do to fix that. So I'll find something, and we'll get that fixed for tomorrow's stream. So I've got something going on at night, I think, tomorrow, which is why I had to push all that off on the doing my my 1 year anniversary. I had to push that off until Tuesday. So the dash off between Nebraska and Rutgers will be tomorrow. And it will be in the morning time. And we'll see where they're placed after that. So wait till I get to Walmart, and then I will definitely work on seeing what we're going to do as far as me putting up the new wording to introduce the video. So yeah, what a crazy stream. But I certainly appreciate everyone that showed up today. Yeah. Hi, Sally. Yeah, I don't know, Sally. I don't know if you. I don't think you were around at the time. You know, when at the 58-minute mark, that you know, went through a little something that just seems so pointless. You know. But yeah. But I guess everybody's got to do what they got to do. They have jobs to do and all that stuff. I get it, you know. yeah, in 3 hours, I will, in 3 hours here, Eastern Daylight Time, it will be 1 year on me. And the only thing that concerns me about that is losing watch hours. So, yeah. So I don't know how that goes about. I'm not sure. Troll? No, it wasn't a troll. It was something else. You have to tune in to the 15-minute mark to see just exactly what happened. No, it wasn't a troll. It was, it was something that just seemed so pointless to do because so much has been, there's so much other things to worry about, than, someone crossing in traffic, a traffic light, perfectly green, and just holding, a phone in their hand while looking at your, trying to find a certain address that I already knew where I was going to. So if that gives you some idea. Yeah, it was that type of thing. And I just know that when I do this, I put it up there on the 58-minute mark. I say, hey, skip to 58. I could probably cut it out and do something that would take a long time to do. But I would rather just put it in the stream because I would rather have everybody watch the whole entire stream because it was just a crazy stream to begin with. Yeah, I don't think it was pointless. Well, no, I mean, I understand your point on that, and maybe I understand his too. But at the same time, I didn't really see it as a distraction. I just didn't. And I don't know. You had to make dinner. Okay. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm just going to look around in here and see what I might be able to do as far as finding a something that I can control that. So, find a little something that has a little suction in it that I can maybe put on my dashboard here, and then maybe wedge the phone up in there so that I don't have it in my hand. We'll try something like that. Hopefully I will see. Oh, don't be sorry. That's what reruns are for. I leave all my live streams up so that anytime anybody wants to see something in it, if there's something important that happened in it, you can go ahead and watch it. Yeah. Have a conversation with a mom who lost their child in auto accident because the other driver was momentarily distracted. Okay, well, I get your point. Okay, and I do get your point, and I understand, that there is distractions and things of that, and I get that. Okay, and I do get that. And I also have to know that I'm in a town that, I drive in a town where everybody does dumb things. And I've had a lot of practice with that being in this town. I've had a lot of practice as to knowing when to hold and when not to hold it. And I know that there have been losses because of that. But I always have been, especially driving here in Shelbyville, I've been okay. Well, I'm not going to say any more on that then, because all I know is I know there are those that have lost because of distraction. Okay, and I'm going to take the time to go ahead and fix it. So I am going to take the time to go and see if I can find something so that we don't have another issue like that. So I just know that for up until today, I've been as very careful as I've been, driving, especially here. And it just seems like, it just takes, the day before my anniversary that somebody had to say something. And I already knew where I was going. But yeah, I know that I will fix this, and that I will find something that will hold it so that I don't have to hold it anymore. And we won't have another incident of this. So I'm just going to take the time right now to go and take a look and see what might be available. All right, guys. So, well, right now, on that note, we're going to, I've got a couple things I need to do here because it is 9 o'clock Eastern time. We've got to do this again tomorrow since I've got something I got to do tomorrow night. So, until tomorrow, I appreciate everyone that was here. Yes, it was a crazy stream, and, there were some issues that do have to be fixed, and we'll start working on that tonight so that we don't have it. So, what did you say? I said, you didn't get a ticket. He was reminding you that you need to be hands-free with the phone. It wasn't that bad. You just didn't want to be reminded of that maybe because he was right to uphold. Right. That's exactly. So we'll just leave it at that. And, we'll get this fixed. I'll find something, and I'll try to find a way to post it up here right by my wheel so that we can get that... So the next streams that I do, especially when we get to the main ones here in the next week or so, that we won't have it. See, turn it into a poll. Okay, it will get you views. All right. Well, guys, on that note, I thank everybody that showed up to the stream tonight, as crazy as it was. I appreciate the 24 likes that I got of it. And I know that those that have not seen the stream will be very interested in what happened in the 58-minute mark. And we will get that situation fixed. And, we'll just see what kind of views we get from it. And I know that I'll get comments on it just like you did mine. And that's okay. I mean, everybody's got a job to do. And, things do need to be fixed if there seems to be a problem. And we'll go ahead and we'll take care of that. So until tomorrow, guys, I will be on sometime to talk about my anniversary. So until then, this is DJ here saying, as always, I will see you in the future. And remember, we're all in this together.